You may have to
you know, you videotape one thing.
Yeah. Welcome guys to our Saturday business roadmap call. We want, excuse me, want to bring you guys here to give you the success training. This is for a new distributor who's come in and wants to know what the steps are to build your new life business, or for an existing distributor who's in here who wants to hear the steps repeatedly, who wants to come in and support their team. And we celebrate our team here as well. Make sure when you come to these Saturday calls, guys, you want to come on time, because there was just training that happened before we started recording. So make sure to get here on time. It's always a good time with this crew. And this is, you know, every single time you bring somebody into the business, plug them into Saturdays. That's what we're doing here. So I'm going to go into a screen share here. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Okay.
You should go to view slideshow. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. All right. So the first thing we do is we actually celebrate our team here. We celebrate the new distributors. We celebrate the team that has got new distributors and rank advancements. So for that, I'm going to pass it over to our beautiful Donna. Donna is just crushing it with her business right now. She's one of the leaders here, and go check out her social media. If you want ideas on, geez, what should I be doing on social media? What should I be saying? How should I be sharing? Go and watch Donna's stuff. She does it perfectly. She's herself, and we just love her here. So Donna, I'll let you take these next few slides here.
Okay. Are these the right slides? Because these aren't what you sent me, my dear.
Yes, they are. Are they?
Okay.
Look at the, yes, that's what I sent you. There's two this time.
Thanks. Okay. So we are welcoming new distributors. Welcome to the New Life family: Rocky, Thomas, Wade, and Justice Harper, Gabriel Cuevas.
Cuevas.
I should not be doing the names. Let's just make this. And we have new team members who have brought in distributors: Alma Gromley, Jocelyn LaRoque, Rocky Thomas Wade, and Sally Navarrete. Navarrete. Okay. So we have people who brought in new customers this past week: Michelle Bistany, Jody Teja, and Jessica Noble. And then, very exciting to announce, our rank advancement to executive promoter, Charmaine Artejo. And we are so happy that you have worked so hard. We've watched you just show up week after week, and congratulations to you, Charmaine.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Donna. And guys, if we missed anybody, make sure to check Empower. Every single Friday, I go in there and I ask that everybody sends me this information. So these are just the people who have sent me the information. If I've missed anybody, go ahead and put it in the chat. We will watch and we'll celebrate them. And then also, if there's anybody that we've missed this week, just let me know next week and we'll put them on for next week on Saturday. So we don't want anybody to go miss. And we love welcoming the new people too. We always seem to have more people that have brought in distributors than we have welcoming distributors. So make sure to send us the names of the new people, guys. And we want to watch for them being plugged in on this training as well. Make sure that if they're not here today, we'll have the recording posted in the Empower group, and also get them plugged into Saturdays. This should just become a habit. You know, it's only 30, 45 minutes on a Saturday morning, but it really helps them get into their head the steps that are needed. So Donna, I will let you take over. We're going to go now, guys, into our 5 steps. We've kept it really simple of what we're doing here and how you can really get started with your new business. Just like Paul was saying before we started recording here, you get excited about your new business. What do? You check out your back office, you go all crazy and you start planning and you want to do all this stuff. And sometimes we try to reinvent the wheel, and we're trying to show you how not to make the most common mistakes in network marketing that people do here. So we're going to go through steps 1 through 5 and show you guys what our system is here, how you can get started right, and get your people started right. So Donna, go ahead.
All right, for the first step, of course, we have the app. So what is really nice, there's a link in the app that says sign up a distributor, and you can actually send that little link to somebody who is joining your team, or obviously they can go to your website and click join. It'll have your name up in the corner. And so you go to the direct site and you click join, and the picture of the distributor whose team you're joining will come up with their distributor number, and you click yes or okay, and then that is how you join the company. And then step 2 is you move to picking your package. And so hopefully, as you've had conversations with your prospect, you've learned a little bit about, their financial needs, you've learned about their health needs. And so here you can really guide them to choosing the best sign-up package that fits their needs the best. A lot of people come in with the one bottle, but if somebody is very health conscious and they have a lot of things going on, or they really want to improve their brain health, you can choose a package where there's, the NeuroV, there's the Immune Support Fortress. And as people pick the different packages with the different number of bottles, there is also a nice cost saving that goes along. So if somebody's kind of struggling with the money, you can point out that, going with a 4-pack of, Somaderm is so much cheaper. So get them started by going to your link, clicking join, and then helping them choose the package that best suits them. And then, of course, step 3 is choosing your AUTOSHIP. It is very helpful for your new distributor to get on an AUTOSHIP. What is nice is here at NUL Life, they do provide that option of choosing every other month if they want, but you really want to walk them through going to their back office, showing them that nice toolbar, clicking on orders, and then scrolling down to that drop down where it says AUTOSHIP, and then you just fill in the information and choose what you would like that AUTOSHIP to be. So maybe they did come in on a 4-pack of the Somaderm. Maybe they can go on AUTOSHIP with the NeuroV to get that brain enhancement. Or maybe they're looking to, manage their weight. They can put the MLT on their AUTOSHIP.
Perfect, Donna. Thank you so much. That is so great. And I want to talk quickly about the AUTOSHIP too, guys. That's a crucial step. You want to make sure you set that up because that makes you active for commissions. When you're in your back office, you'll see if you're active for commissions, it will say yes. If you don't have your AUTOSHIP set up and you miss an order, what if you miss out on commissions? The last thing you want to have happen is a commission cycle to go through and you go, oh my gosh, I wasn't even active for commissions. I didn't, now I have to go in and put my order in. You go ahead, Paul.
No, go ahead. I just want to let you know, I want to say something when you were done.
Yeah, I'm done. Go for it.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's a couple of things to realize too, when you're thinking about, well, why would you spend $199, $1,089 versus $199? Well, $199 gives you one bottle of product or one product to try for yourself. It's not a business, guys. If you don't have either a bunch of products that you could try or sample to people, many of our products come in these sachets that you could break up and let people try it. If you're in business and you own a donut shop and there are no donuts in your store, I don't care how nice your donut shop is, you're not going to make any money. So when people say, well, let me get started for $199, push them back into being a customer, folks, because they're not ready yet, or you did not make the explanation, or you didn't use a 3-way call for people to understand the value. If you went in and you sat down with the owner of McDonald's and you're going to open up a McDonald's, you're going to make the assumption that you got to have $1 million to $2 million in cash to buy the property, to build the drive-through, to build the building itself, et cetera, et cetera. That's number one. Number two, AUTOSHIP. One thing we forget a lot with AUTOSHIP is that it keeps us active and qualified ourselves. Now, if we don't have the money or your prospect doesn't have the money, I'm a Diamond Ambassador, which is the toppest, highest pay rank and the toppest rank in the company. Do you know, for me to get actively paid my commissions, I only need 4 customers. So let's say Paul Capozio and Linda and my family did not want to use the gel or NeuroV or any of the other products we have, including some of the new ones that we're trying out already. all I need is 4 customers and I never have to buy another thing. But here's another issue you need to be aware of. Go in your back office and look at your carryover volume. And let's say you got 2 people on one side and nobody on the other yet. And all of a sudden you're seeing that these points are building up each week, right? If you are not active, meaning if you don't have 2 customers if you're just getting started in a single 30-day period, or 1 qualifying product in a single 30-day period, you're not going to accumulate those carryover volume. There are people on this call with over 1 million points of carryover volume. Okay. Now, 1 million points of carryover volume equals $100,000. If you don't believe me, ask Rocco Berardi, ask me, ask anyone who has flipped their legs, where their big leg has become their smaller leg. It's happened to me twice. Each time you accumulate that, you're cashing out on that. Now, we'll get into that in a later training, because it's not for getting started, but the company pays you to be on AUTOSHIP, and we need to make sure that you guys understand that point. Go ahead, Angel. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to kind of give some highlights in there.
No, thank you. That's awesome. Anytime, anybody can jump in. That's fine. So our step 4, guys. So if you completed steps 1 through 3, likely if you're here, if you're a new distributor or you're watching this on the replay, you have likely completed 1 through 3. At least maybe 1 to 2, go in and set up your AUTOSHIP after that you've watched this call. Make sure you have that set up. So you can feel like, great, okay, I've already done steps 1 through 3. What's 4 and 5? We keep it simple again. Get to promoter. So if you don't understand our compensation plan yet, again, the compensation plan is in the back office. There's videos on the app that you can watch. Really help yourself understand, okay, exactly what Paul was just explaining. What does my business look like? What does it look like to actually build here? But the 4th step was really simple. So it just means signing up 1 distributor on your right and 1 distributor on your left. So that gets you to promoter. That is our first rank. You will be celebrated for your rank advancement. You have done the 4th step, and we're going to help you. Your sponsor will help you. We'll work with you. Just like Paul said, we'll do 3-way calls with you. Whatever we need to do to help you, we'll get you there. But right now, sitting here thinking, who are your top 2 people that you could reach out to right now? Who are 2 people that you want to do this business with, that you could reach out to them and share with them that you've started something new, that the first people you thought of, and you want to share this with them and show it to them? When can they get on the phone or get on a Zoom? So that's really right now, who are your top 2 people? And that's where you want to focus. So how do you share with these people? Well, we have the Empower Hour Facebook group, first of all. So if you're not in there yet, make sure to get added in there. We put content in there. This will be in there later today. So the recording is in there for people to see. We have people in that group that aren't necessarily distributors. They're not necessarily in the business yet, but we put content in there that helps people to see what we do, see our team. We want people to try us out before they buy. We want them to know why we believe and know that we are the best team and the best company out there that they can join. We want them to be able to, touch, see us and feel us, and be able to kind of understand our community, understand the training they're going to get, the reason they're going to have success here. So make sure if somebody's just taking a peek, add them to that group. Say, hey, I'm going to add you to a group. All of the people I work with are in there. They share a lot of information. You'll be able to see the team. You'll be able to hear about the products. I'm going to put you in that group. Invite them to live presentations. We always let you know when our live presentations are going to be for the team, but we also have the Freedom Call that happens, and we also have the Gel and Tell. So make sure you're plugged in with your sponsor. They will let you know how to get all of that information. It'll also be on boards when we're talking about that coming up. But make sure you're plugged in and know when the live presentations will be. Use the tools in our app. We have a beautiful app that you can download, and you can share a link. So say somebody's taking a look at the gel, you can share with them the gel video. And when you send it to them, you add them as a contact in your app, you send them the video, you're going to get notified each time they're watching it. So if Diane's watching a video that I sent her, it's going to let me know Diane's watched this. Oh, wow. Now Diane's watching this other video. Oh, wow. Diane's watching it again. So we get those notifications. And so I'll know exactly where Diane is at in the process. Start 5-way conversations. So that is something we train on. We talk a little bit deeper in other trainings as well. But what that means is if I've, got Diane and she's interested in the gel and we're having a conversation, I'm going to say, hey, Diane, I'd like to introduce you to a few people that can share with you their experience on the gel, just so you have a better idea of what the gel has been doing for people. So I'm going to add her. If we're texting, I'm going to add her to a group text. If we're talking in Facebook Messenger, I'm going to add her to a Facebook Messenger group. If we're talking on Instagram, I'm going to create an Instagram group chat, and I'm going to add in Donna, Michelle, and Peg. and I'm going to add them in, and I'm going to say, hey guys, I have Diane here. She's taking a look at the Somaderm. Would you guys mind popping in quickly and just sharing with Diane the experience that you've had on the gel? And then Donna and Peg and Michelle are going to jump in. They're going to introduce themselves. They're going to share their experience. And what that is doing is it's showing Diane that, first of all, the product works, that it has great testimonials, but that I have a community that is surrounding me that helps me, and that there's a community that is going to support her. So these 5-way chats work because it basically does all of the talking and selling for you. And then at that point, once everybody is done talking, I can say to Diane, hey, Diane, you've heard all of their great testimonials. Is there anything else you need to know before we get you started on the gel? You know, and then Diane can make that decision right there. That's how we collect that decision, because she's heard from 3 other people. She's already sold on it, right? And it's a great way to do it. You can use that for the business. You can create a, business conversation with people, whatever that person needs. Bring other people into the conversation. I think a lot of times we're afraid to do a 3-way call. Like sometimes it's intimidating to say, okay, I'm going to get you on a call with Paul. And okay, now I'm thinking, okay, I've got to introduce Paul. I got to make sure I say it right. And I got to make sure I don't say anything wrong. And I hope Paul doesn't say anything wrong because Paul doesn't know this person. And, you get in your head, and meanwhile, it's just a conversation. And the person that you're bringing into the conversation is a pro and they know what to do. But if you're really intimidated with conversations, use the chat, because that works. It's a more comfortable way of doing it. People are used to that. Even your prospect may not want to get on the phone at first, but definitely use that way. And then the 5-over-5, which is our DMO, which Paul is going to talk about coming up. Make sure to get out your pens and papers, because when he starts sharing this, he gives you so much gold for how you can keep this super simple in your day. It's only 30 minutes a day, and you could actually just be consistently building your business. But step 4 is to get to promoter, get those 2 people. That is your first focus. So coming in here right now as a new distributor, that's your first focus, and we will help you get there. And then I'm going to pass it over to our Miss Rank Advancement, Charmaine. She's going to come in and she's going to share with you guys step 5.
Thank you, Angel. Gosh, that was so important information. And you know what? Businesses have a system to run their company, right? Successful businesses have a team, or in our case, teams that follow a system. So we're all here because we like to listen to our leaders, right? Yes, raise a hand. We respect our leaders, right? Then we need to follow the leader. So it's simple. This is a follow the leaders system. So as Angel said, first, the first 3, join, pick a pack, choose an AUTOSHIP. But the 4th one, she talked about getting to promoter. And it's as simple as that. She had said, think of your top 2 people. And you're not doing it alone. Like Angel said, there's a 5-way, there's these live trainings, there's also recordings and the app. So just continue to duplicate, because step 5 really is duplication. We plug people into the training. You start out as a team of 1, you get your 2 people, 1 on your left, 1 on your right. And it's that duplication that grows your business. And it's the duplication that drives your volume. So step 5 is just continue to show your people, your new distributors, step 1 through 4. And then when they've gotten through 1 through 4, they're going to get some additional training from Peg that drives a little bit deeper into the app and to some other processes that we go through. But again, step 5 is duplication. Go through 1 through 4 and teach your people how to go 1 through 4. And we will, as you have a team who's growing, they're going to have another 2. Someone may be a racehorse, like we've talked before. They might want to bring in 5 or 10. So it is all about duplication. So you are also helping them create their team and driving duplication and increasing their volume. So thank you, Angel, and we'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much, Charmaine. And absolutely, that's the beautiful thing about this is, as you help other people build their business, they actually help you build yours, right? Because that's building that volume for you. So as you're following those steps, guys, you're building your team. That is the simple way, the simple focus. And we don't want to get everybody's confused and thinking they have to do something massive. When we can keep people focused on just getting 2 and then helping their people to get 2, it keeps it simplified. It keeps it doable, right? It's something that people can do. And just like Charmaine said, you may come across somebody who is just amazing, and wants to take off with it and has a massive network and will build massive. And that's fantastic. You want to be looking for those gold people. You definitely want to be having those conversations, but this keeps it simple for the average person who may just need a few $100s and just wants to see how the system works. They're maybe checking it out to make sure they get paid before they go big on it as well, right? So unfortunately, we don't have our beautiful Peg Tucker with us today. She is on the road. I know she's listening, but I'm going to take over her slide here. So we want to talk now about the steps to take after you've enrolled your new distributor. And we've talked about this before, where I think a lot of times people are held back from asking people to join or recruiting people because you're actually, there's a mental block because you're scared that you don't know how to show them to have success, right? You don't know what to do with them. If somebody says yes, there's more fear in the yes than there is in a no, right? Sorry, I have something in my eyes driving me nuts. So we want you to, take a screenshot of this slide, keep it with you, make notes about it, whatever you need to do. But these are your steps so that when you do bring somebody in, when you get that awesome yes, when you have somebody raising their hand and saying, yes, I'm ready to join, what's next? This is what's next. So make sure they can sign into their back office. When they sign up, once they've completed steps 1 and 2, they're going to get an email from the company. It's going to confirm their distributor ID and their password, and they're going to be able to log in from that email right there. Ask them to get familiar with it back there. We all like to go in and see this new thing. So get them to get a touch and feel for it. Go on a Zoom with them if you need to, to show them what's back there and help them. Some people may share with you their login information so you can actually log in with them and show them what the back office looks like. But make sure they understand that's their business, right? The beautiful thing about network marketing is with even that $199 pack, $59 is what pays for your entire business, your website, your back office. It's basically a CRM back there for you. It's a business in a snapshot. So definitely being in your back office every day means you're in your business every single day. Make sure they download the New Life app and understand the tools available and how to use the app and how to share. So walk them through the steps. Okay, you're going to add a contact. This is how you do it. This is how you're going to test it out with them. Send from your phone to them. If you haven't already, get them to send it to you. Make sure they know how to use it so that they're comfortable. So that when they have somebody asking for something, they're not going, oh no, I don't even know how to use this app yet. I better figure that out first. Make sure they know how to do that. Direct them to this roadmap call at 11 a.m. Eastern and the Monday training call at 7 p.m. Eastern. Those two things, that is our Empower Hour. This is our training, as you know, on Saturdays. And then we go deeper on Mondays and have deeper conversations and more action steps and, things that are going on. A couple of weeks ago, we did a blitz, right? So we did 8 presentations over 2 days. And we were talking about, okay, how are you promoting the blitz? What's coming up? How are we sharing this? We'll have conversations about things that are going on. We've got Macau coming up and then we got Florida. So we'll definitely be talking about events in there as well and how you can start inviting for that. So it's an exciting place to be. So make sure to block that out on your calendars. It's part of your business. Think of it as a meeting, right? If you're coming from the employee world into the entrepreneur world, this is our meeting. So Saturdays and Mondays. And then make sure you're scheduling a call with your new distributor after this training. So once they've watched it, whether live or in the recording in the group, and bring in a leader if you need to, if you need me or you need Paul or you need Peg, whoever you need or whoever sponsored you, invite them into that call if you need some help, because you want to understand their goals and their why. You want to know, why is this person here? What are their goals? What income are they looking to make? You can help them break it down. Okay, it looks like this. You need to consistently do the 5/5 that Paul's going to talk about. Bring me into conversations. Let me help you build, but really understand them. And I really encourage you guys to keep a notebook of your team, so that you have your team name and you write down notes about them. Give them each a section in the book. Write down notes every time you talk, their kids' names. If they mention that it's their kid's birthday, why are they here? What is it? Are they wanting to retire their husband, or do they just need some extra money? Or are they, a super fun person and just want to travel? Make sure you're making notes about them so that if it ever comes to the point where they've slowed down or you haven't heard from them or you're checking in on them, you can say to them, hey, I know when you started, this is your reason why. Has that changed at all? Let me know. Because if it hasn't changed, I still want to help you get there. If that's still a need of yours, if that's still a desire that you have. If not, let me know what's changed and let me know how I can help you with your new goals. So then absolutely, after you get to know them really well, execute the plan to get them to promoters. So ask them who their top 2 people are. Who do they want to reach out to? How do they want to do that? How can we do that this week, right? Not next week, not next month, but how do we do that this week? Let's get them to promoter this week. And then send them the boards link for easy access to all calls and scripts. You should all have boards right now. If you don't, let us know and we'll post it again in the group. But we have a shared board there that has scripts for you. It has all of these calls. It's got the links to all of the calls. It's got an onboarding. It's got ways to do posts and have conversations. There's a lot of content in that boards app or boards link that we have for that app. So make sure that they have that as well. Don't overwhelm them with it. They don't have to go through all of it, but it's a great tool to have at their fingertips. So now I get to pass it over. You've heard from Paul already today. If you haven't had the chance to speak to Paul yet and you're new on our team, Paul is the leader of this team. He's an incredible human being. He's got a heart of gold for this team, and he pours his heart and soul into us all the time. I was, blessed to meet him a couple of years ago on a different app. We were doing other stuff and trainings for network marketing. And Paul's the reason I'm here and why I'm back in network marketing. I took a couple of year break from it, building other businesses, and I'm back because of Paul. Because when I saw him, I already respected him so much. I almost said the crap out of his success. Like, what is that? Respect the crap out of your success. It's too early for this. But I respected him so much for what he had achieved in just his business life, in his corporate world. And I knew he was a success. I'd heard him train. And then to find out that he's over here at NUL Life and has created these, multiple 7-figure income and all of these diamonds, and he's building globally. And these are the products. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm in. Like, if I get to work with Paul on top of it and get his leadership and get him, locking arms with me with his success level, heck yeah, I'm here. And that's what he pours into this. He pays for coaching for himself and he brings it back to us. He gives us everything he learns. He gives us new steps all the time. He's always giving us new ideas and ways that we can be building and growing. So Paul, I love when you share the 5/5 system. Guys, this is going to show you your DMO, how to get it done and how to build.
Wow, Angel. Okay, so now it's choke up time for me. And guys, it's already 11:33. We're going overtime. Just get used to it. It is what it is. There's so many great lessons. I made a whole thing of notes, but Angel, I'm going to tell you something that I really feel, and even people at corporate are starting to get it, that you're probably the biggest, best, most valuable person that I've ever sponsored into NUL Life. I think that you can bring so much to the table, and it wasn't a selfish recruiting thing. I think it was just, I just knew that you would make a difference. You would make a difference in the company. You would make a difference to the distributors, and it's true. And you prove it every single day. And I'm most proud of that. I'm most proud of that you listened, you look past my rough exterior and all the stuff that people kind of joke with me about, and you saw what was there and said, oh my God, I could add value to what these people are doing, right? So I'm most proud that you said yes. You are my most prized yes that I have gotten to date in network marketing, and I doubt very much it's going to be surpassed by anyone. I couldn't be more proud to have you here. Every time you speak and share and coach, and how you're off the cuff, and you just have this wealth of knowledge. And if people are not seeing that yet, they're just not listening. Here's the thing you did say too, and I got to comment on, and I promise I'll get to 5/5. I'll do it fast. The notes you keep on your people, right? The notes you keep with their kids, what their why is, that dream, and you kind of coaching them. Have you ever felt that you were kind of being pushy with your team, or you kind of felt that they really didn't want to hear the conversation you were having with them? It's because you don't have those notes and you don't know who your team is. So many people will tell me, oh, I don't know what's going on and I can't get these people motivated. Well, sometimes you just recruited the wrong people. Sometimes you don't even know why your people are in the business. Sometimes you have to go back and you have to mend some fences with the people who are on your team. So if you have that list, you go from being bossy to being a mentor. And that's the difference. Those notes, knowing the personal relationships, knowing their struggles, knowing the challenges, and knowing if they're really right for this business, turns you from boss to mentor. And trust me, mentors make millions, bosses make a salary. Mentors make millions. So that's what I wanted to say. I think how powerful that was. That was probably the best thing I've heard you say in a long time, and I appreciate that. The get to promoter, guys. If you're not getting the promoter every week, then your people are not going to get the promoter every week. Stop telling everybody else what they're supposed to do and go out and do it yourself. Look, we know the rules in our jobs. We know if we don't do this, we'll get fired. If we do this, we'll get fired. Why aren't you setting those boundaries for yourself in your NUL Life business? Why are you not knowing the things that you're not doing that are going to get yourself fired from your own business, or at least contribute to your failure, and the things that you should be doing that are not contributing to your success because you're not doing them? Don't overtrain, guys. This is it. This is enough for today. What you're going to hear today and get started is enough. Now go to work. All right. Stop asking for simple help. When it drives me crazy when someone calls me up because they're too lazy to go in the back office and figure it out, you're never going to find success. Your people will do what you do. Or you'll call me up frustrated. Well, I don't know where it is and I don't know how to find it. And all of a sudden, these frustrations build up. These frustrations build up because you're asking for the things that you could easily do yourself or should be doing yourself, and is stopping you from duplicating because your people, right, don't know where to find what you don't know where to find. And they're losing confidence in you because you don't have the answer, or you don't know where to find the answer. Okay. Mondays are about your mindset. Saturday today, even though I'm kind of getting into mindset a little bit, Saturdays about how to get started. Some of you are on this call and you haven't gotten started yet, and you may have been here for years. So let's talk about, I think, the most important part of the getting started, which is your cold market training. Guys, none of us here have their high school buddy in their business with them. And if they do, they're not doing anything. There are no diamonds on the stage of NUL Life who were the football quarterback, in their high school team. Okay. No one's best friend is sitting on stage. My best friend is not sitting on stage with me, and we're not both diamonds and we're not both crushing it. Warm market will teach you how to do the business, and you'll probably get some of your worst no's in your warm market. The cold market is unlimited. It's the people you haven't met yet are going to bring you the most success, and the people you can make the difference in their lives. Now, how do we meet them? Every single day, 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. Start there. No more than that. You got to make 5 new connections every day. Finding a phone number, getting a business card, talking to the bartender or the waiter or waitress that just served you breakfast, the person behind the counter at Starbucks. Make a connection. Get that information. You could do it as simple as just friending people on Facebook, but a connection must be someone who responded to you. I can go and click 100 people right now to connect with on Facebook. That's not the job. The job is making an actual connection that there's a reason for them to want to give you their information and their number. It has nothing to do with NUL Life. They have no idea what you do for a living. A connection is a true connection. They're willing, without feeling creepy, to give you their phone number or their email. Phone number is better. If they're willing to give you an email, you already know it's not a deep connection. If you did not make a good enough connection, if they say, well, here's my mailing address in Duluth, right? So make connections, 5 of them a day. The next thing you want to do is, as you're doing this day in and day out, you want to have 5 new conversations. Those people you connected with, hey, we met in the supermarket 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and I didn't have a chance to get to you yet, but I just wanted to start out and say hello. It was great meeting you, and whatever you want to say. Not, and I want you to join my network marketing business. It's starting that conversation, and you're collecting these things. 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, 5 on Wednesday. Now you're adding 5 new conversations on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. Then you're going to do 5 new exposures. Conversations with your connections will lead to the ability for you to say, oh, you have back pain. Let me send you a video on something a product that I really, really like. Or, hey, you did mention that you were working 3 jobs when we met as a waitress. I have something that may be able to really consolidate your time a little bit. And if you're going to spend this, time in building this income, let me do something that's residual for you. Here's a great question to ask on an exposure. Hey, I see that you work at this restaurant. I see you also work at Staples, and you do this other job you told me about. Are any of the things that you do generating residual income, or they all, eat what you kill? You work so many hours and you get paid for so many hours. Out of your 3 jobs, I think you consider one of them should be a residual income business. I think you need to start making that investment in yourself. So exposures are not always just sending them the video because we think the video is going to magically make them spend money, but it's part of the process. And in exposures, our app is very valuable. Why is the app valuable? Because you don't know if the AWE or the latest video on why to do the business or the hormone health company video is going to make a difference for them. But it's going to let you know what they're looking at. That feedback is so critical. And I'm going to tell you why. Not for them. The feedback is important for you because you need the confidence that out of the 10 people that you expose the product or services to, out of those 10, these 3 are watching. That's going to give you confidence. It's like in high school, right? Or in grammar school. Oh, well, if find out if she likes me. And if she likes me, I'll ask her to the prom. But if she doesn't answer, then I won't ask her to the prom. So we want that confidence that I'll ask her to the prom if I know she'll go to the prom with me, right? Why? Because we're avoiding the no. So exposures will get you that. Using the app will give you the positive feedback that you need. If you're not getting enough positive feedback, do more connections, more conversations to more exposures, and you'll get the numbers that you want. The last thing is, after exposures, is following up on that exposure. Do they need more information? Are they not interested? Did something they find interesting, or you saw that they watched the video 50, 60 times, right? So those follow-ups are important. The fortune is in the follow-up. But like we did an earlier training before I got started here, is that don't make sure when you're following up, you're not following up about asking for the order so much. That comes last. What you're following up on is who they are, and what their interests are. And I see a lot of you, when we do our counseling sessions, can't really tell me that. You'll tell me they're excited. You'll tell me that, oh, they really thought this was interesting, but I don't hear anything about them. And I need to hear about them, right? If you're on the phone with me and tell me, oh, I just got off the phone with Sally Ann, and Sally Ann, she's great, she does this, and then her husband, but they had a challenge, and the husband had surgery, and then he has trouble working. What is that world that they live in, and where can you make a difference for them? That's part of your follow-up. Part of your follow-up is with that waitress who's working 3 jobs, and not one of them has the potential to be residual income. And the last thing is, if you do the 5 over 5 enough, you'll be able to collect 5 decisions a day. Imagine right now if you had 5 decisions a day to collect today, and 4 were no's and 1 was a yes. Is that better than yesterday for you? Raised by a show of hands, is that better than yesterday for you? Okay, is it better than yesterday for you if 4 no's and 1 yes happen for you tomorrow? Well, it's never going to get to collecting 5 decisions a day unless you build hundreds of new connections, leading to thousands of new connections, leading to hundreds of new conversations, leading to tens of exposures to collect 5 decisions a day. And we all know we could take our no's and put them back into the system and start all over again, because I said no to this industry for 10 years. Until I was ready to say yes, until I had a reason to say yes, until I realized what was being offered to me. And I put my guard down and I just listened. Okay. And I divorced myself from the person who introduced this to me. And I married the process of 5 over 5. And that's when everything changed for me. So guys, if you're not building your pipeline, you'll have no one to talk to tomorrow. If you want to try to sit back and wait for the person that you've been talking to for the last 1.5 years and still hasn't made the decision to get into the business, you're doing it wrong. And you're putting too much pressure on yourself. 5 new connections leading to 5 new conversations will lead you to 5 new exposures to be able to follow up with those people to collect decisions. That's it, guys. That's the business right there. And you need to go out and do it like right now.
That was amazing, Paul. We're so glad you said yes. You're our best yes. Oh my goodness, that was good. I've even, when you were talking about the fact that you said no for 10 years, I'm like, that's part of a conversation you can have with people too, right? Like, yeah, I get it. I know you say no to these things. Actually, Paul, who I work with, said no for 10 years. He finally said yes because he saw what we have here. And now he's making multiple 7 figures here as a residual income. Does that interest you? Would you like a conversation with Paul? So I love that. I think it's awesome. You also too, when you very first started talking and you said about pointing to tools and figuring it out on your own before you go and ask for things. I used to work with a girl who did the same thing. And she would say, if somebody came and said, hey, where can I find this? She would say to them, if I wasn't here to answer that, where would you go to look for it? Right? Like, we know where to go to find it. So just pointing to tools. That's why we keep it simple for people, right?
It
simple.
shows lack of commitment to the business, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know, or you would rather have me do it for you, how are you going to break 6 figures? You're
right.
never going to break 6. You're never going to break 5 figures. If the whole thing is, well, can you show me where to find it? I don't know where to find it. It's just not going to be. And you would never tell it to your boss, right?
Yeah.
You would never tell it to your boss.
Exactly. Yeah. So this was fantastic. Like we said, we do it every single Saturday, and we always talk about the fact that yes, it's boring, but this consistency, it can't be, you can't complain about it being boring until you've done it consistently for at least 30 days. And then you can say it's boring and we'll say, yeah, but keep going. Do another 30 days, do another 30 days. If you can pop that funnel, we talk about bursting the funnel, you're filling your pipeline with those first couple of steps, right? Filling the pipeline. And then you want to have it burst to where you are so busy and you'll go, oh my gosh, this works. This 5/5 thing works. Alan actually shared something on Dr. Doug's yesterday, and Peg and I were talking about it this morning, where when you break that consistency, the difference in the results, right? Where if you miss a day, how much that compound effect actually affects your success rate. So it's not about just, oh, I'll do 5 today, but not for a few days. And oh yeah, that's right, we have that 5/5 thing. It's make that your DMO. Can you commit 30 minutes a day to that? And do you want to see that success? Because if you can't, then you really don't want it, right? But yeah, so does anybody have anything that they want to say before we get you guys going here on your Saturday? Did anybody have any questions or anything you want to comment on before we get going? Are we good today, guys? Are we allowing them to unmute themselves, Paul?
They can.
Yeah,
right? Can you get somebody unmute and just like yell at us or something so we know?
I have something.
All right.
I have a teammate who just disappeared. So I sent her a message. She never answered me. So I went on her page and I see that she has cancer. So I sent her a message and I said to her, I am a cancer survivor, you know that. If there's something I can do to help you, please reach out to me. I've been there. Nothing. Do I reach out to her again?
Absolutely, Diane. Completely different scenario, because she has the first thing a doctor will ask you if you're not feeling right is, well, any major changes in your life, a divorce, a death in the family, this or that. They want to know what that emotional situation's going on. She is probably feels like she was dealt a death sentence. And sometimes what we do is we block everybody out. Why? What are you going to talk to her about? You're going to talk to her about her cancer. It was the last thing that she wants to even remember that she has. But you have to step, I get it, but you're going to, you have to basically tell her what to expect. I know what you're going through. And I know sometimes we avoid certain things. And, this is not, now you don't know if it's how bad it is, but I would assume that there's something that could be done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just emotional support for her. Let's say it is a horrible diagnosis, right?
Right.
Even more so so I would say, look, I love to do this. Listen, I know this is not being made to be the best time, but I'm not giving up on you. I want you to know I'm here. I'm not going to give up on you. I've been through it all. I hate to say I know what you're going through, but I know what you're going through. You have the right to say that. I don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anybody else have any advice for that? I wouldn't give up.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think you're right. The emotional support, just the check-in, and even being able to say, you know what, I know at this early time of diagnosis, like you're just maybe shutting down, or this is what you might be feeling. And I'm going to keep checking in on you, right? Until you do want to talk. So.
And Diane, just say something like, I know you, I mean, I don't expect you to reply. I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. Just say something like that,
I'm here for
because
you.
when they're going through this, they're not feeling like replying.
Yeah.
And nobody better ask, what's the right time to bring up a new product? Because this is not the time to sell anything. Okay.
Oh, exactly. All right, guys. Well, this was a fantastic call again. The recording will be into the group today. I'll have it in there by this afternoon, and I'll tag everyone in it. So make sure that your new distributors, if they're not here right now, are plugged into the recording, or if you want to go back and listen again, it'll be in there. And then we will be live again on Monday for our Empower Hour call, the mindset training. And also we'll plug you guys more into, we'll bring in Dr. Doug's calls too, because Paul and I are going to be on there every other Friday. We just did a training yesterday that I think was just fantastic. We've got a lot of good feedback about it. So I'll have that up on YouTube today, and I'll post that in the group as well for anybody that missed that. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, we love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Go work your business today. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean it's a day off. It's when you can get people's attention. So make sure, just go make those, even if you just go connect with 5 people today, go make those 5 connections. Try to start 5 conversations. Boom, you've done the first 2 things in the 5 over 5, right? So we love you guys. Welcome to everybody who's new here. We can't wait to get to know you more, and we'll see you on Monday. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.